Record on. Yeah. So something like, so what Victoria did is like, so downloaded the Terraform. Okay. So Terraform binary file, downloaded that software or something like Terraform downloaded. So then after he, he set the environment variable, set the environment variables. So Terraform is then. So then, so downloaded the VS Code. VS Code is nothing but a Visual Studio Code. This is provided by the Microsoft. So this code downloaded and installed. You guys are know, right, how to install. Something like next, then finish. Right? Next. So then finish. Yeah. So we have downloaded the Terraform and set and add that bin folder to the environment variables. Then downloaded the VS Code and install the VS Code. Then so something like in the VS Code, VS Code created a stack AWS underscore Terraform underscore project. Something like this is the folder he created. This is the folder he created, and so in the VS Code he wrote the code for for building building the EC2 instance, right? So in that he created the something like he created the access key and created the access key and secret key. So in AWS console, so we created the access key and secret key in the AWS console. So then, so then, so he want to, so she want to apply the Terraform. She want to run the Terraform on command prompt. So open the command prompt. Open the command prompt. Command prompt. Command prompt and navigate to the path of the AWS underscore Terraform underscore path project. So this is the path. Navigate to the path means so wherever the Terraform files means .pf files, .if files, go to that path and execute the commands. Execute the Terraform commands. So these are the simple guys. This is a simple thing. So something like what are the commands you need to run? First you need to run the Terraform. So then you need to run the Terraform plan. So then you can run the Terraform apply. If you want to destroy, you can run the Terraform destroy. So this is the so these are the commands, guys. These are the commands and these are the following. So where he missed, Victoria missed this one. Something like he forgot to navigate the path. So that's the reason he is unable to run the Terraform init and the Terraform plan. So Victoria there?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you understood, right, guys? Now you understood, right,
So,
Victoria?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask,
Oh.
please, this Terraform file, is that the
Mm.
program file you were talking about yesterday, or
Yes,
where?
yes, 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 yes.
So
So
how
this
do you
is
make
nothing but a. So this is
how do you
nothing but
make a
a.
program file? Because I tried to look out of the program file in my system yesterday night, but I couldn't find the program file.
So this is that my first ec2.tf file. So you
Mhm.
need to go to that file. You need to go to that path wherever the file is located. You need to go to that
So,
path.
so
Then
this
only you can
this
run.
my first STEC2. You saved it as your file, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
The VS Code, something like in the VS Code, something like wherever I saved the file. So something like this is the file. So wherever I saved the file, you can go to that file. So today I will tell you one thing. So the easiest thing, so you guys can able to understand easily. Okay,
Okay.
got it?
Yeah, I'm just following up. But are we still gonna make use of the ones of yesterday and this one? Is there anything different from what you are telling us now and yesterday?
No, there is no difference. Whatever
Okay.
we concluded in the yesterday's class. So this is the something like a synopsis or highlights.
Okay. So I just want to make sure because that yesterday thing was, totally
Yeah,
but
so first we need to set the
so
environment variable for the Terraform, then download the VS Code and install the VS Code. So then you can create the stack Terraform folder, whatever in the desktop, you can create the folder. Then you can navigate to that folder and you can create the my first ec2.tf file. So then go to that, so in the command prompt, you can navigate to that path and then only we can execute the Terraform.
that's fine.
Understood, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you already guys know so how to download the Terraform, how to set up the setting up the lab for studying something like a create AWS new account or so being a co something like the first EC2 with Terraform. So first EC2 with Terraform done right guys. You already you already build the provision the Terraform. You already provision the EC2 with the Terraform, right guys? So how many of you guys are done this how many of you guys are built the EC2 with Terraform? Who did, guys?
Yeah, I've not completed mine. I just need to do it in the AWS and complete.
Very good. So
I
Victoria is
stopped. I
following.
stopped. I stopped yesterday night because at a point I got confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you
maybe
can
after the
watch the
class.
recording again. Yeah. So what about the guy Anand, Pied, Patrick, Olinio? So
Yeah, I have
very
done.
good.
I have done. Yeah, I have done. Okay.
So yeah, Victoria and Anand, you guys are so good, good, good. Keep it up, guys. Okay. Guys, the other guys who are not completed, please watch the recording and install the Terraform and build the provision the EC2 instance through Terraform, guys. Okay. So who are facing any issues, please feel free to ask any
Hi, Harry.
questions, any doubts.
Hi.
Yeah, Harry, I think I have question when I try to partition the hard disk and create the volume, but it wasn't really. I think it's something that we can just figure out if you permit me to show you because among the instances, the two instances, from what I saw on your own, I think I saw one, two because we created two instances.
You can
So
launch only one instance. Wow.
yeah,
You can terminate the one instance.
I launched two instances based on I observed what he did. But in my own, there's a place where your own is numbered like number one and number two. So when I finish it, I saw mine like think it's 1 or I like it didn't differentiate between 1 and 2. So that was the issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do is something like you can remove, you can terminate any one of the instance. So whatever, and please watch the recording, and whatever the audio, you can go to that audio, whatever the instance. So you can go to that instance and go to the volumes, create a one new volume, attach that new volume to the instance. So it will be a one instance, right? It will automatically showing in that volumes, right? Then
Okay,
attach that
so
volume.
yeah, if I want to create another one, making it 3, is there anywhere it can show like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4?
Yeah, it will show it in the whenever you are trying to attach the volume, whatever you created a new one, right? So if you are trying to attach that volume into the new volume into the instance, it will showing. When you are trying to attach that volume to the instance, it will showing. So the instances and instance IDs. So you can remember that instance ID, and you can attach to that that volume to the instance ID.
But is that like a default numbered, or am I the one that's supposed to number it?
Yeah, so the availability zone, right? It will show you
Okay.
in which availability zone it is attached, it is created. You can
By
check that
himself.
availability zone and attach that volume to that. You can create the
Yeah, by
same.
himself, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So launching first EC2 instance via Terraform. So when you want to launch a resource in AWS, there are 3 important considerations. So one is how will you authenticate to AWS? Guys, how how will you authenticate to AWS? Through code.
Through code by username and password.
Yeah, what is the username and password in the code?
Access key and secret key.
Access
Yeah,
key
very good.
and the
So
secret
if you
key.
want to connect through console, you have a username and password. But if you want to connect through AWS CLI console, you have a username and password. But CLI, so command line interface, how you can connect with our AWS? So we can connect with our AWS through secret key and the access key and the secret key. In which region the resource need to be launched? In which region the resource need to be launched? So this is the in which region, something like how you can connect with the AWS CLI. You can connect with the AWS through access key and secret key. In which region you want to build or you want to provision the EC2 instance. So you need to specify the region. So on which resource you want to launch. So which resource? Resource is nothing but a. So resource is nothing but a. I will tell you guys, no worries. Which resource you want to launch? Something like a launch EC2 instance. No auth, no launch. So definitely we need a secret key and password. Secret key and access key. Yeah. So this is the provider. Something like if it is a provider AWS, you can use the provider AWS. So if it is something like Azure, you can use the Azure, Oracle, OCI, whatever the provider you are using, you can use that provider name. So so in which region you want to build or provision the EC2 instance, you can specify how you can authenticate with the resource. Resource is the service, in which service you want to add, you want to build, or you want to provision through code, something like AWS underscore instance. So we want to launch an instance. We want to launch an instance through code. So whatever the services are there, EC2 is the services, right? Instance. The resource is nothing but a AWS underscore instance. So for example, Azure underscore VM. So resource is nothing but a service. Source is nothing but a service, guys. So important learning. Each provider has resources divided into multiple categories. Each provider. So who are the provider, guys? Who are the providers? Who are the cloud
AWS,
providers?
AWS,
AWS,
Azure,
Azure,
GCP, Azure,
Oracle,
GCP. Yes,
Alibaba.
Alibaba.
IBM, and other.
Yep. So each provider has resources. Each provider has Resources. Resources is nothing but a services. Guys, you guys can remember. So resources is nothing but a services. So each provider has resources divided into multiple categories. Each provider has resources divided into multiple categories. A resources requires a certain set of arguments based on the use case. Resource require a certain set of arguments. What are the arguments? AMI, instance type. So a resource having a required or something like a certain certain set of arguments based on the use cases. Based on the use cases. So providers and resources. You guys are knows what is provider and resources. So Terraform supports multiple providers. Terraform supports multiple providers depending on the what type of infrastructure we want to launch. So depending on what type of infrastructure we want to launch, so we have to use appropriate providers accordingly. So if you want to use the AWS, you can use the AWS provider. If you want to use the, if you want to launch an instance or if you want to launch a VM on Azure, you can use the Azure provider. So if you want to launch a VM on the Google Cloud, you can use the Google Cloud platform. So Kubernetes, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Alibaba Cloud. So these are the providers. Terraform supports multiple providers depending on the what type of infrastructure we want to launch. So we have to use appropriate providers accordingly. We want to launch, so we have to use appropriate provider accordingly. So initialization phase. Upon adding a provider, it is important to run the Terraform init, which in turn will download the plugins associated with the provider. Now you understood, right, guys? So upon adding a provider, it is an important to run Terraform init. So which in turn will download the plugins associated with that provider. Associated with that provider. So what are the provider? Something like a HashiCorp AWS V23. So this is the downloaded. Terraform has made some changes to the previous dependency selections. So recorded in the Terraform log file. So review those changes and commit them to your version control system if they want to repeat changes into the make something like. So it is backend. It is initially so install the plugins for the provider. If it is AWS plugins we can install. If it is Azure, we can install the Azure plugins. So something like a. So all the services is nothing but a resources. These are the services. Resources. Resources are the reference to the. So resources are the references to the individual services which the provider has to offer. Resources are the reference to the individual services. Resources are the reference to the individual services which the provider has to offer. Something like resource AWS instance, resource AWS ALB, resource AM user, resource digital ocean driver, resource AWS underscore S3, resource AWS underscore route 53. So the service resources are the references to the individual services which the provider has to offer, so resource AWS underscore instance is a resource, AWS underscore ALB is a resource, AM user, digital ocean, these are the resources. You guys are also know, right? So the resources. So what is the wiki, guys? registry.terraform.io. So in the registry.terraform.io, so browse the providers. The providers you can select the AWS, whatever the provider you are using. So go to the documentation. In the documentation, so these are the resources. These all are the resources, individual services. So these are the individual services. For example, it is the EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. So in the Elastic Compute Cloud, they have a many number of resources. So AWS AMI copy, AWS underscore AMI from instance, AWS capacity reservation, fleet, host. These all are the resources. For example, AWS underscore instance. AWS underscore instance is the resources. It provides an easy to instance resource. What is that? So resource AWS underscore instance provides an easy to instance resource. This allows you to instance to be created, updated, and deleted. Instance also support the provisioning. So these are the AWS underscore is the resource. This resource provides an easy to instance resource. This allows instance to be created, updated, and deleted. So for this, so we can delete, update, created. We can use this in something like, for example, data sources, or for example, compared. These all are the ELB, something like EKS. So everything will be resources. For example, S3 bucket. Yeah, simple storage. So AWS S3 underscore bucket. So resource AWS underscore S3 bucket provides a S3 bucket resource. This functionally for managing S3 in AWS partition to manage S3 on outputs T. So what is the how to create the AWS bucket, guys? AWS underscore S3 underscore bucket. So it will create the S3 bucket. It will create the S3 bucket. So these all are the resources. These all are the resources. Resources are the reference to the individual services which the provider has to offer. Which the provider has to offer. Which the provider has to offer. Guys are understood? So what is the resources? So what is the initialization? What is the provider? Providers and resources. Guys understood?
Excuse me, why is the regions not among the resources?
Regions you are saying?
Hmm.
So what is a region, guys? Tell me what is the region? Good question. Good question. What is the reason? Region. Tell me. Tell me. So Paul, do you know any idea? Something like a DC. DC is in
Region means
US.
station, like, okay.
So data center. So something like
Ah.
in which data center you want to launch the services. So what are the services they are providing? We can launch it on anywhere. We can launch it on any 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 data center. Any data center. So all the service, whatever the services are there, so that services will be using on any any availability zone or any data centers. So data centers are something like availability zones. So these are the regions, something like in US East region. So you can select the US East region. So that instance will be creating on that region only, on that region data center only. So this is the India. You want to install, you want to build, or you want to provision the EC2 instance on India region. So you need to select the India region. So services are for all the regions. Services for all the regions. So you can select the region wherever you want. So you can select that region and you can launch the instances or services. Whatever the services you want to provision, you want to build or provision, you can use that services. You can use the services and install the region. Oh no, you understood?
Hmm.
So region is something like a data center. Service is nothing but a virtual machine in where we need to install the virtual machine. In which
Okay.
region? India region or US region?
Okay.
Understood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is I have already added something. One second. Yeah. So yesterday we already discussed it, right? Something like yeah. So Terraform destroy. So Terraform apply means, so whatever the stack, for example, this is the stack. So this is the stack. So this is the stack. Something like, so we have a 3 stacks, guys. So this is the dev. So dev stack. So this is the dev stack. So this is the QA stack. So this is the production stack. So these are the three stacks. Something like what is the stack? Dev stack is something like so the stack name is AWS underscore project underscore something like. So I'm writing a dev stack. So this is the dev stack. So this is the dev stack. In the dev stack, something like you created a my first EC2 dot tf. For example, how many instances you want to create, you can something like. So the other one is called something like a S3 S3.tf. So S3.tf. The same way something like here also. So we have a QA stack. QA stack. And here we have a production stack. So we have only one stack. How many EC2 instances? How many S3 buckets? Whatever the stack, so it will contains all the services. All the services. So this is the dev stack, QA stack, and the production stack. So something like if you run the Terraform apply. Sorry guys. So it will apply all the stack, whatever so it will create a EC2 instance, it will create the S3 and everything. So something like everything it will create. Something like you can use the Terraform destroy. So Terraform destroy, if you use the Terraform destroy, it will destroy everything. S3 bucket, my first EC2, so something like. So I don't want to destroy everything. I want to destroy only in my first EC2 instance. We have two EC2 instances are running. So in the two EC2 instance, I want to remove only one EC2 instance. I want to terminate only one EC2 instance. So I have a EC2 instance 1 and S3 bucket. So if you run the Terraform destroy, whatever the stack you created, something like for example, every services everything will be destroyed. But I don't want to destroy everything. I want to destroy a particular service or particular action. So I want to destroy a particular action. So if you run the Terraform destroy, it automatically destroy everything, every stack, right? So yesterday I already told you, right, guys? You guys can. So guys can I gave a task, right? You guys can if you guys can search it on the Google or something like whatever it may be. So how we can destroy? So I launched a 2 instances. I don't want to destroy 2 instances. I want to destroy only one instance, something like a web server 1 and web server 2. So I don't want to destroy. I don't want to terminate web server 1. I want to terminate the web server 2. So if you run the Terraform destroy, it automatically destroy everything. So I don't want to destroy everything. I want to destroy a particular thing. How we can do it? So destroying resources is important. So not in the production or something like whatever it may be. If you keep the infrastructure running, if you will get the charged for it. So hence it is an important for us to also know on how we can delete the infrastructure resources created by the Terraform. So hence it is important for us to also know on how we can delete the infrastructure resources created by a Terraform. So something like I created a Terraform, something like AWS and Azure, or for something like a digital ocean, whatever it may be. So I don't want, so this one I want AWS. So something like approach one. So Terraform destroy allows us to destroy all the resources that are created within the folder, within the stack. So Terraform destroy allows us to destroy all the resources that are created within the folder. So if you run the Terraform destroy, it automatically destroy everything. Destroy everything. Approach 2. So the Terraform destroy with the target, hyphen target. If you give the target, so target flag allows us to destroy a specific resources. Terraform destroy with Terraform destroy with hyphen target flag allows us to destroy a specific resources. For example, Terraform destroy hyphen target AWS underscore instance a resource name dot a resource. So resource name dot a resource. So what is the resource? AWS underscore instance is the resource. What is the resource name? My EC2 instance or my first EC2 instance. So it will destroy only particular specific resource. You provided a hyphen target, right? You need to target only AWS. You don't want to target this one. So that's the reason it Terraform destroy hyphen target AWS underscore instance dot my EC2. So my EC2, for example. So Terraform destroy hyphen target AWS underscore instance dot my EC2. Something like that.
Hari, I tried that one. It works. Okay. So yeah. So
You tried,
yeah. But a double hyphen given. Okay. Terraform destroy hyphen target AW instance dot web one. Yesterday we created web one, web two, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
web two I have given. So in the web console means AWS console, it's terminated already. Okay.
Very good, very good, very good. So how we can destroy your particular specific resource? Use the hyphen
This
target,
target
guys. Hyphen target.
keyword.
Yeah. So Terraform destroy with the target. The hyphen target option can be used to focus Terraform's attention on only a subset of resources. The hyphen target option can be used to focus the Terraform attention on only a subset of resources. So the combination of how we can give that target, the combination of a resource type. What is the resource type, guys? AWS underscore instance, AWS underscore S3 S3 underscore bucket. If we want to delete only S3 bucket, you can use the resource type AWS underscore S3 underscore bucket bracket plus local resource name. So local resource name, local resource name. Yeah. So this is the resource type AWS underscore instance dot local resource name, local resource name. So resource type equal to AWS underscore instance, a local resource name equal to my first EC2, whatever the web one, web two, so whatever. So something like these are the two resources. So you want to destroy only one resource, you can destroy only one resource with that hyphen target option. So Terraform state file. So what is Terraform state file? So Terraform state file is nothing but a, so when you are trying to apply our plan, so the Terraform state file will be created. Whatever the resources is added. So whatever the resources is added, whatever the options are added in the AWS console, the instance ID, volume ID, so which hard disk is created, what is the public IP address, what is the private IP address, everything will be whatever you created. So that will be created under the Terraform state file. So this is the important file, guys, Terraform state file. So so if something goes wrong on console side, if someone Anand created the or build or provision the two EC2 instances through Terraform code. For example, Patrick or Pau, he terminated the one instance. So he terminated the one instance uh, from console. He logged as a console and he terminated from the console. So how we can recover it? How we can recover it? If so, you can go to the Terraform state file. So what are the IP addresses? What are the public IP address, private IP address? What is the server name and what are the OSS is installed and what are the instance ID? We need to take all the all the attributes and we can run it. Something like if you run the again, if you run the Terraform apply, whatever the stack is there, so something like a 4 EC2 instance, it automatically so remove 3 instances. I want again 3 instances need to install. You can apply the Terraform apply, it automatically create it. Something like if mistakenly or something like unfortunately or accidentally deleted the resources, deleted the services from the console level, we can build it again from the through Terraform. We can build the Terraform. So this is the Terraform, guys. So this is the Terraform. Guys, now you understood? So easy, right? Terraform is very easy or not? Guys, tell me, Terraform is easy?
Yes, of
Hello?
course.
Right. So it is, yeah, it is very easy, guys. Don't do. So don't something like, so don't say something like, so it is very hard. So it is a
Um,
layman language.
Ari,
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? So the Terraform state file is where you can recover the destroyed files, right? It's just like
Yes,
a
yes,
recycle
yes,
bin.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay.
So in the company, in the real time, the Terraform state file will be located or copied some other location because of, so if something goes wrong on, so we can recover it from the Terraform state file, guys. Okay,
Okay, so
guys.
how do you what's the question? Like this repository,
Yeah.
how do you
So this is the registry.terraform.io. What you are asking? I didn't understand.
okay, let me continue. Can you go back to where you have resources type, resources type, and
This
can
one,
you go
right?
back? No, the other one that has two different types. So you have resources type and where you have repository,
Yeah.
local resource name and resource type. So what brought this local resource name? Because I see that
Yeah.
resource type is the normal
It is
resource
a,
that you
yeah,
have
yeah.
from the
So local
AWS.
resource name is nothing but whatever you created the name. So something like my first EC2 instance or web server 1, web server 2, whatever you created, right? This is the instance name. So instance name is nothing but a local resource name.
Okay, and you in Terraform you can destroy both of them. You can destroy both the resource type and the local resource name. Can you do that?
Yes, yes. So something like my EC2 instance is your instance. It is created. So you want to remove, you want to destroy. So how you can destroy it, this EC2 instance, your first EC2 instance by using Terraform destroy. So for example, you created a two EC2 instances. One is my EC2 instance, two. So the my first EC2 instance, my second EC2 instance. I don't want my second EC2 instance. I want only my first EC2 instance. I want to destroy this. How we can destroy it? How we can terminate it? So by using the combination of resource type and local resource name. So the combination of local resource name. So this is the resource type
Terraform.
and the local resource name. Something like if it is a my first EC2, then you can here you can give the my first EC2. If you want to destroy S3, you can give the S3 bucket name.
Okay.
So these are the name of the instances. This is nothing but a local resource name is nothing but a name of the instance. Name of the
Made
instance.
made made by you, right?
Yes, yes, made by me, made by you,
Okay.
made by Victoria,
Okay.
whoever.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
the default. This is the default one. So whatever you created your EC2 instance or S3, so the resources you can give it here.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
understood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So I already uploaded this in the drive. I think you guys can October bench. Hurry, hurry. Yeah. So I already uploaded this document. You guys can go through it, this document, and so you guys can so the launch, yeah, you did through So you guys did right. The volume attach, right? Volume attach to instance. Volume attach to instance through
Terraform.
console. Console,
Yeah,
right? You
console.
already guys did right. So you guys,
Yes,
what the
correct.
task is?
Yeah.
The task is create the instance, and attach the 10 GB volume to this instance through Terraform. Okay, guys. So you guys are all already did from Git Pro console. You guys can do it from Terraform the same way. So whatever the services we need to build, so we can build two ways. One is something like, for example, new guys. So remember, guys, the name is call it as a stack. Stack is nothing but a the whatever the services you want to build or provision, that services will be there in that stack. Okay, everything will be, the dev environment will be in one stack, the QA environment will be in one stack, the production environment will be in one stack, guys. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain, guys, I forgot. Yeah, so I want to launch a EC2 instance. I want to launch a EC2 instance. Guys, how you can launch your EC2 instance, guys? Guys, tell me. Through
Manually
AWS
console,
console and
console
AWS console, or
Terraform.
using Terraform.
yes, using Terraform. Using Terraform. Guys, now you understood. So if you want to launch any services, so we can launch through AWS console or using the Terraform. If you want to use the Terraform, definitely we need to build the stack. Build the stack and write it down the code. So Terraform is, guys, a layman language, and they are provided a good documentation. A good documentation they are provided for the Terraform registry.terraform.io. So whatever you want, you can use it. For example, so you want so you can search it in the Google also, something like, I want to create a EC2 instance using Terraform. Yeah. So build, deploy, manage AWS using virtual machines, or something like, you can one click Terraform, one simple, no code tool. So create a called a main.file and add the code from the example below. So how to create instance using the Terraform. Yeah, provider. So this is the code, guys. You can use this code and you can create it. Something like how you can attach the volume to the instance through Terraform. How to attach the volume in EC2. How to attach EBS volume to EC2 instance through Terraform. You can use this one, or you can use the any of the website. You can use those website, guys. How to mount EBS block device, provisioning attached to mounting EBS volumes, how to attach multiple EBS volumes. So EBS block storage. So there is a resource volume. What is the resource? AWS volume attachment. AWS volume attachment. So here, so we need to create, for creating AWS EBS volume. For creating the volumes, you can use it. The size is 1 GB, 10 GB, 20 GB, whatever it may be. You can create 10 GB. The size is 10 GB. And how to attach? You can attach this, attach that volume to the instance, guys. You guys can try this. Okay. Understood, guys?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. So you can attach the same way. Something like it is created the EC2 instance. Output. Yeah. Launch EBS volume and try to fetch it in the AG. So this is the EBS volume. You can fetch it from the AB. So then you can attach that volume to the instance. You guys can try this. Okay. So simple, guys. No worries. You can use that registry.terraform.io and you can attach this, or else you can search it in the Google and you can try it. Okay. Okay.
Hari, we can
Yeah.
create a code files means TF files multiple, right, in the same location.
No. You don't create multiple files. You can create one file. You can create a one file. So you can create a one file, something like a so main.tf. I will tell you tomorrow what is main.tf and providers. Okay. So you can create a myec2.tf. You can add the code in the my first ec2.tf only. Okay.
Oh, okay. So not need to create a new file, not doing that.
No,
Okay.
no need to create the new files. You can add the you can add the code in that file only.
Same file,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Same file.
My question is, can we create a multiple files? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we can create the multiple files. Is that right? We can main.dns, providers, variables, versions, S3. So I will show you. I
Mhm.
will show you. So tomorrow I will show you. Tomorrow we will conclude the Terraform, guys. So day after tomorrow we will start the configuration management tool, Ansible. Okay. So
So this
after
is
Ansible, yeah, yeah. Tell me.
Terraform is tomorrow. It will be closed, right? So means this.
Tomorrow we will close the Terraform, guys.
Okay,
So
this
Harry,
knowledge is enough, right, to
Yes,
understand the
yes,
DevOps
yes.
concept. Yeah.
Yes. You guys can. So whatever the something like I will tell you the services, right? S3 bucket, S3
Ah,
services. So I will tell you in
okay.
the manual manner how we can create what are
Mhm.
the services, what are the attributes, what are the types are
Mhm.
there. I can tell you through the manual, through the console level. You guys
Mhm.
can create through code. So whatever the services I will teach you, right? That services
Mhm.
I will teach you through the console only. You guys can practice through Terraform.
Oh, cool. Great. Thanks.
Yeah. So why I am
okay,
telling
Harry,
Terraform, right? Why I am included Terraform after the EC2 instance? Because of so whatever the services I'm telling in the next classes, you guys can create that services through Terraform. Now you understood, right, guys? You can explore yourself. Something like so tomorrow or day after tomorrow I will tell you the S3 bucket. So AWS S3 bucket. So I will show it in the console level. You guys can create it through code. Okay. So that's the reason. So that's the reason I included the Terraform in after the EC2 instances. Understood?
yeah, Harry, please, have you shown the